out and delivered them and brought them all the way up. That would normally be a 3-day journey.
One time with a hand on E when I got to get up and go to work. And then when I get on the expressway, I got to pull off and be late. It's rubbing me the wrong way. And so I come back, my credit card is up to the limit. Now, you put one more thing on this credit card. It's rubbing me the wrong way. Now, when you bring it up, instead of them addressing it and say, all right, I hear what you're saying, I'm going to change. No, they go back in time. See, they flip back 3 years. Well, let me tell you what you did. Remember when you did that 3 years ago? Oh, you didn't always do that well. You messed that up. You messed that up. Then 5 years ago, let me tell you about this. They won't deal with the issue at hand. They go back, get the shovel out of the garage, and go dig it up what's already dead, and they become a grave digger. You see, you can never progress in a relationship if somebody is always going back 5 years, 10 years, to remind you when you missed it and when you failed, when y'all have already worked out, you talked about it, you barely hadn't talked about it in 3 or 4 years. Now something new has come up. You're trying to progress in the relationship so everybody be happy in the house, but as soon as you address one little thing to make everybody happy, you get the shovel out. And go back talking about stuff you can't remember and bringing it up. They have a spirit of pride and they are insecure. Well, if something is wrong with me, something must be wrong with you. Instead of simply saying, all right, bothers you, I'll correct that. This is the way you prefer it? Okay, I will do that. Next time, it'll be over. See, fights escalate because somebody is digging a grave. What's been buried already been worked out. Y'all already had to knock down, drag out about it. You speak for 2 weeks, fought about it, tore up stuff, and then all of a sudden now it's buried. It's over. Now you've been living peacefully for a year. But this one new thing have come up. And as soon as you address it, well, let me tell you about what happened 3 years ago. And they drag everything up. You can never talk about the issue at hand. And so you're stuck. You can never progress with the level of intimacy in the relationship because you cannot remove the current obstacle that's keeping you at status quo. You can't remove the things that will allow you to grow. You're at a stagnated place because everything that comes up, everybody go back. We refer to those type people as grave diggers. Grave diggers. Tell your neighbor, I'm not going to dig any more graves until you die. Glory to God. Glory to God. You see, it kills future communication. It creates silence in your relationship. Because what will happen is people will begin to weigh it out. So now this thing right here bothers me. I'm tired of them doing that. I'm tired of her doing. I'm tired of him doing that. It's bothering me. You'll begin to walk around and you said, hey, I'm going to get them told. I'm going to tell them today. But then you think about it. You say, well, now, if I bring it up, it's going to open up all of this can of worms and mess. And so instead of me bringing it up and fixing the relationship, I keep silent and allow it to just brew, boil me. Because every time I bring up something that will improve our relationship and make everybody happy in the house, you take it personally because you're insecure and you bring up the past. And so our level of communication have stymied because we keep digging graves. We keep digging graves. And so we simply apologize and go on, and your level of intimacy will increase. When somebody's harboring something that's giving them hives and giving them a rash, and they can't talk about it, they just becoming more disgruntled. Then all of a sudden, after a while, they just come out the box on you. And you're like, where did all that come from? It had been building up the last year, this little thing. I didn't talk about it, but one day I walk in and I just told everybody off and left. Because it is a product being a grave digger, a grave. Now, let me talk about the second thing that hurts a relationship. And we know it. It's called gossip. Called gossip. We don't have any gossipers up in here today. When you release things out of your relationship, in the relationship, and all of a sudden, you call up your friend, you call up your coworker, you call up your relative, and you say, well, let me tell you what she did. Let me tell you about her, what she don't do around here. Let me tell you about him. He came in at this time, and he didn't do this, and he didn't pay that. He didn't take care of that. He left me this. He did this to me. Now I'm planting these seeds in the mind of my family members, in my friends, other people that are close to us. I'm letting everybody know what's wrong in our relationship. Now, we can go on in our relationship. We could work everything out. Everything will be correct. We're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about it. And now it's over. We're going on about our life until we meet one of them. And then all of a sudden, one of them open their mouth, you know they will. Oh, he's still acting like that. He's still not doing that. And now they're looking at your spouse or significant other funny. And you wonder, why are they looking at me funny like that? What you gonna tell them? Because you gossiped outside of the relationship. Now it creates a very comfortable environment, because eventually y'all gonna be in the same place sooner or later if you're friends. Now they have a distorted view about your spouse. Now every time they see him, that low-down, good-for-nothing rascal. Every time they see, I don't know what kind of wife she is. I don't know what kind of girlfriend she is. She never washed dishes, can't cook. I don't know. Why? The only reason they know that because you told them. And so they have a negative view about your spouse. And so, and then when the other person finds out about it, you told them, now they're mad at you, and you have broken the trust of the relationship. And now you're looking at them, now what else you going to tell them? Now, who else you going to tell? I'm going to meet anybody else going to talk to me? And now you're going to talk the problem up all over again when y'all had brought a resolution to it a year ago. But that gossip, it keeps going. It stays there. People form opinion about your spouses. You know, there was a situation where there was domestic violence, and this time it was the opposite. This time the lady had went upside the man's head with a he was watching the game because he wouldn't pay attention to her. His mind was all in the game, and they had some issues going on in the house. She just got all frustrated and disgruntled, just picked her up, one of them 8-quart pots with a handle on it. Ding! Now, he goes, after it's all over, he goes and tells half of his friends, crazy woman, tells family members and everybody what she done. Because he's trying to get people on his side. Now, they go through counseling, and they finally reconcile and get back together, and they are living well together. Things are better than they were in the relationship. They were better than they ever were. Then all of a sudden, they out, hotel banquet one day, and one of their friends walked and didn't recognize her because her hair was done differently. Said, oh, yeah, I'm glad you got a new woman here because the other one used to beat you upside the head. And And she said, I beg your pardon? They gonna reconcile.